Ano ba yung design? Okay. Good morning. It's a warm welcome for today's pre-bid conference. Let us all stand to feel the presence of the Almighty.
Heavenly Father, as we gather today for our procurement activity, allow us to glorify you and give you thanks for the gift of life and wisdom. Thank you for allowing our partners in the construction industry to participate in this activity and giving us the opportunity to work with them. Send your Holy Spirit to guide us as we go on with this activity, removing all doubts and malice as we proceed to work for an orderly and successful procurement activity. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Will the BACSEC please do call for acknowledgement for today's quorum?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone, including our social media viewers and Zoom meeting participants. For today's private conference for 5 civil works, project ID numbers 24BK0020, 21, 22, 23, and 23BK0134, we have with us the following present. From the back members, Ferdinand Jingo Eating, Eileen Domingo, Ruben Aldana, Noemi Garingan, and Chester Paul Takadena, Maylite Eliazar. Joining us via Zoom is Russell Luzano and Alan Camelio. From the back secretariat, Brenda Carbonell, Joel Tindungan, Larry Ramel, and Ray Agustin. From the technical working group, Rochelle Anyuhenyo, Junlin Balbas, and Madonna Bagabay. From our observers and visitors, from the COA, Miss Elaine Tungpalan and Miss Juana Alexa Malilin. We have also invited the President of the Philippine Constructors Association Incorporated, Mr. Wilfredo Dicena, and the President of Center for National Budget Legislation, Mr. Joseph Ranola. For the record, Mr. Chairman, we have a quorum. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now proceed for the agenda for today. The presentation of the and the in here to discuss the and clarify, explain among other things the eligibility requirements, technical and the financial component of the contracts to be bid.
Once again, good morning. Today is November 22, 2023, and we are here to conduct private conference to discuss pertinent details for the procurement of 5 infrastructure projects funded under FY 2023 and 2024. First project is Basic Infrastructure Program, access roads and/or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of Pinaripad Sur Road, Barangay Pinaripad Sur, Aglipay, Quirino. Contract ID 24BK0020, Scope of Works, Construction of Concrete Road, Approved budget for the contract 4,950,000 pesos, contract duration 58 calendar days, cost of bidding documents 5,000 pesos, pick-up license category CND size range small b. Second project is Basic Infrastructure Program, access roads and/or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of Gundaway Road, Barangay Gundaway, Cabrroguis, Quirino. Contract ID 24BK0021, scope of works, construction of concrete road, approved budget for the contract 4,950,000 pesos, contract duration 88 calendar days, cost of bidding documents 5,000 pesos, pick-up license category CND size range small b. Next project is Basic Infrastructure Program, access roads and/or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of Ysmael Road, Barangay Ysmael, Maddela, Quirino. Contract ID 24BK0022, scope of works, construction of concrete road, approved budget for the contract 4,950,000 pesos, contract duration 58 calendar days, cost of bidding documents 5,000 pesos, pick-up license category CND size range small b. Next project is BIP access roads and/or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of Zamora Road, Barangay Zamora, Cabrroguis, Quirino. Contract ID 24BK0023, scope of works, construction of concrete road, approved budget for the contract 4,950,000 pesos, contract duration 58 calendar days, cost of bidding documents 5,000 pesos, pick-up license category CND size range small b. Last project is Sustainable Infrastructure Projects Alleviating Gaps, SIPAG, multipurpose buildings, facilities to support social services, completion of multipurpose building, evacuation center at Gabriela Silang, Diffun, Quirino. Contract ID 24BK0134, scope of works, construction of MPB, approved budget for the contract 4,825,000 pesos, contract duration 133 calendar days, cost of bidding documents 5,000 pesos, pick-up license category CND size range small b. This private conference is to discuss, clarify, and explain, among other things, the eligibility requirements and the technical and financial component of the contract to be bid, including questions and clarifications raised by the prospective bidders before and during the private conference. It is conducted not earlier than 7 calendar days from the posting of invitation to bid and at least 12 calendar days before the deadline of submission of bids. A supplemental or bid bulletin is issued to answer questions or requests for clarifications or interpretation, and upon box initiative to clarify or modify any provisions of the bidding documents. It is posted in the PhilJEPs and DPWH websites and at our bulletin board at least 7 calendar days before the deadline of bid submission. It is the duty of the prospective bidders to always check the websites for any issued bulletins. In the receipt and opening of bids, bids submitted should be on the date, time, and either at its physical address or through online submission specified in the advertisement through a single stage two envelope system. Bid should be valid for a period not exceeding 120 calendar days from the date of the opening of bids. The first envelope must contain the eligibility requirements and the technical component, and the second envelope must contain the financial component. In the sealing and marking of bids, enclose the original eligibility and technical documents in one sealed envelope marked original technical component, and the other original financial component in another sealed envelope marked original financial component. Same will be done with the copies, copy number 1 and copy number 2. Seal both in an outer envelope marked original bid. The original technical and financial envelopes and the copy envelope shall be contained in one main envelope. The original and copies shall be typed or written in ink and shall be signed by the bidder or its duly authorized representative. All envelopes shall have the required information, the name of the contract to be bid, name and address of the bidder, or the procuring entity, and a warning, do not open before the specified time and date. Same will be done with electronically submitted bids. Bids must be encrypted and password protected. The electronic submission and receipt of bids is governed by GPPB Resolution Number 9, Series of 2020. It uses a two-factor security procedure consisting of an archive format compression and password protection to ensure the security, integrity, and confidentiality of the bids submitted. It allows to a password-protected bidding documents on opening date and time. The password for accessing the file will be disclosed by the bidder only during the actual opening, which may be done in person or face-to-face through video conferencing, webcasting, or similar technology. It is capable of generating an audit trail of transactions to ensure the security, integrity, and authenticity of bid submissions. In the sealing and marking of bids, unsealed or unmarked bid envelopes will be rejected, while improperly sealed and marked bid envelopes will be accepted. Same will be done for electronically submitted bids, not compressed and password protected will be rejected, while improperly compressed and password protected will be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The bank shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of the contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid or for its premature opening. Bids submitted after the deadline shall not be accepted. For bids submitted electronically, the box secretariat shall generate a bid receipt page for the official time of submission, which can be saved or printed by the bidder upon receipt of the first and the second envelope. All bids may be modified before the deadline of submission of bids. A letter of withdrawal must be received prior to the deadline for submission and receipt of bids. A withdrawing bidder is not allowed to submit another bid. For bids withdrawn within the interval between the deadline and the expiration of bid validity, the bid security shall be forfeited. In case the submitted bids cannot be opened as scheduled due to justifiable reasons, the bank shall take custody of the said bids and reschedule the opening on the next working day or at the soonest possible time through the issuance of a notice of postponement to be posted in the PhilJEP's website and at the DPWH website. In the opening and preliminary examination of bids, the bank shall open the bids in public immediately after the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. In the opening of the first envelope, checking the presence or absence of the submitted documents against a checklist of required documents using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion. In the opening of the second envelopes, only second envelopes of bidders whose first envelope was rated passed will be opened. Bids with missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient and or bid price exceeding the ABC shall be rated failed. The same will be applied for an electronic copy that cannot be opened or is corrupted shall be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. Only bidders whose both first and second envelopes were rated pass will be ranked. In the opening and evaluation of the first envelope, it must contain the eligibility requirements such as the legal, financial, and technical, its bid security, the technical specifications, and the omnibus turn-off statement. For the Class A documents under legal, must be the PhilJEP Certificate of Registration certificate from SEC, DTI, or CDA, mayor or business permit, and the tax clearance. For the technical, the statement of all ongoing contracts and the statement of single largest completed contract. And for the financial, the net financial contracting capacity, or its committed line of credit, and the audited financial statement is stamp received by the BIR. Under the Class B document is a valid pickup license or special pickup license for JV, and a registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid should be valid at the time of the deadline for the submission and the opening of bids. For the PhilJEP Certificate of Registration and Membership, all bidders shall upload and maintain in PhilJEP's current and updated file of the following Class A eligibility documents under Section 23.1A and 24.1A, such as the registration certificate, the mayor or the business permit, the tax clearance, pickup license and registration, and the audited financial statement. For the business or the mayor's permit, a recently expired business or mayor's permit shall be accepted together with the official receipt as proof that the bidder has applied for renewal within the period prescribed by the concerned LGU. However, the renewed permit shall be submitted as a post-qualification requirement in accordance with Section 34.2 of the 2016 IRR of RA 9184. For the tax clearance, submission of BIR receipt for renewal of tax clearance will not suffice in lieu of a valid tax clearance requirement, since substitution is not allowed under Section 34.2 of the IRR of RA 9184. Submission of provisionary tax clearance issued by the BRR for bidding purposes is not acceptable form of tax clearance per GPPB Resolution Number 1, Series of 2014. For the single largest calculated contract, the SLCC completed shall be similar to the contract to be bid or has the same major categories of work. The SLCC value should be at least 50% of the ABC to be bid upon adjustment to current prices using the PSA consumer price indices. Contractors under small a and small b categories without similar experience on the contract may participate if the cost of the contract to bid is not more than the allowable range of contract cost of their registration. For the statement of all ongoing contracts, a statement of the bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. For the pickup license, temporary pickup license shall not be accepted as an eligibility or documentary requirement in lieu of a valid pickup license. For the audited financial statement showing, among others, the bidder's total and current assets and liabilities is stamp received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. For the net financial contracting capacity, then FCC value should be at least equal to the ABC to be bid. It is computed as the current assets minus the current liabilities multiplied by the factor K minus the value of all outstanding or uncompleted portions of the projects under ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding with the contract to be bid. The constant factor K is set at 15 regardless of contract duration. For the eligibility requirements under Class B is the requirement for the joint ventures. A valid pickup license or special pickup license for JV and registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid should be valid at the time of the deadline for the submission and receipt of bid. All co-venturers shall submit their legal documents, while any of the co-venturers shall submit technical and financial documents. Each partner of the joint venture shall submit the PhilJEP certificate of registration in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of the 2016 IRR of RA 9184. For the bid security, bidders must submit bid security to guarantee that the successful bidder shall within 10 calendar days from the receipt of the notice of award enter into contract with the procuring entity and furnish the performance security required. Only one form of bid security among the allowed forms is required to be submitted by the participating bidders. May it be cash or cashier's check, bank guarantee, draft or irrevocable letter of credit, or a surety bond callable upon demand, accompanied by certification from the Insurance Commission, or the bid securing declaration. For the project requirements, it must contain the following: the organizational chart for the contract to be bid, the list of contractors' personnel, such as the project manager, project engineer, materials engineer, and the foreman, to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data, and the list of contractors' major equipment units, which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreement, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project. For the revised Omnibus Zorn Statement Form, Statement number 3 was revised and the addition of Statement number 10, which states that in case advance payment was made or given, failure to perform or deliver any of the obligations and undertakings in the contract shall be sufficient ground to constitute criminal liability for swindling or the commission of fraud with unfaithfulness or abuse of confidence through misappropriating or converting any payment received by a person or entity under an obligation involving the duty to deliver certain goods or services to the prejudice of the public and the government of the Philippines pursuant to Article 315 of Act Number 3815, Series of 1930 as amended, or the revised Penal Code. For the contents of the second envelope, first is the financial bid form, including bid prices and bill of quantities, as well as applicable price schedules and other documents required in the bidding documents. In the detailed evaluation of bids, its purpose is to determine the lowest calculated bid by establishing correct calculated prices of bids and ranking calculated total bid prices from lowest to highest. A non-discretionary criterion shall be used, which shall include consideration of completeness of bids and minor arithmetical corrections. Results shall be contained in the abstract of bids as calculated. Placing no price is considered as non-responsive, while specifying a zero or dash means it is offered for free. And in case of discrepancies, bid price in figures versus bid price in words shall prevail. A total price per item versus unit price for the item multiplied by its quantity, the latter shall prevail. The stated total price versus the actual sum of prices of component items, the latter shall prevail. Unit cost and the detailed estimate versus unit cost and the bill of quantities, the latter shall prevail. No contact rule, which means prohibition on communication with bidders from bid evaluation until award of the contract. In the conduct of post-qualification, its purpose is to determine whether the lowest calculated bid complies with and is responsive to all requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents to be declared the lowest calculated and responsive bid. A non-discretionary pass or fail criterion shall be used to verify, validate, and ascertain all statements and documents submitted by the lowest calculated bid. For the award of the contract shall be awarded to the bidder with the lowest calculated responsive bid at its submitted price or total calculated bid price, whichever is lower. The bank shall notify all other bidders of its recommendation to hope of award of contract to LCRB within 3 calendar days from the issuance of the resolution recommending award. The hope shall have at most 15 calendar days to decide whether or not to approve or disapprove said recommendation. Interested bidders may obtain further information from the Procurement Unit, DPWH Quirino District Engineering Office, and inspect the bidding documents during weekdays till December 4, 2023. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders from our office upon payment of an applicable fee. It may also be downloaded free of charge from the PhilJEPS and DPWH websites. Deadline for the submission of bids December 4, 2023, not later than 10 a.m. Number of bid proposals to be submitted, 1 original and 2 duplicate copies. For the place of submission of bids for manual submission at Procurement Unit, DPWH Quirino District Engineering Office, Cabrroguis, Quirino, and for electronic submission at electronicbids_Quirino at dpwh.gov.ph. For further information, please refer to Engineer Brenda B. Carbonell, Officer in Charge, Procurement Unit, with email address at carbonell.brenda@dpwh.gov.ph. Thank you.
Part 2, Other General Requirements. Permit and clearances, 1 lump sum. Project billboard and signboard. 2, Occupational Safety and Health Program, 1 lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. Part 3, Civil, Mechanical, Electrical, and Sanitary Plowing Works. Part A, Earthwork. Structure excavation, common soil, 998 cubic meter. Embankment from roadway structure excavation, 100.40 cubic meter. Gravel fill, 36.06 cubic meter. Structural concrete, Class A, 28 days, 1.83 cubic meters. Structural concrete, footing and slab on fill, Class A, 28 days, 42.80 cubic meters. Structural concrete, footing tie beams, Class A, 28 days, 4.74 cubic meters. Structural concrete columns, Class A, 28 days, 10.74 cubic meters. Structural concrete beam girder, Class A, 28 days, 6.16 cubic meter. Reinforcing steel, deformed, grade 40, 8,497.83 kilograms. Formworks and falseworks, 70.97 square meter. Finishing and other civil works, soil poisoning, 11 liters. Ceiling, 4.5 mm, metal frame fiber cement board, 95.75 square meter. Residential casement, steel, 7.20 square meter. Doors, wood panels, 7.14 square meter. Fabricated metal roofing accessory, gauge 26, ridge hip rolls, 20.20 linear meter. Fabricated metal roofing accessory gauge 26 flashings, 26.90 linear meter. Fabricated asphalt roofing accessory gauge 24 gutters, 15 linear meter. Pre-painted metal sheets above 0.427 mm rib type long span, 473.48 square meter. Unglazed tiles, 8.75 square meter. Cement plaster finish, 227.51 square meter. Painting works, masonry, concrete, 323.26 square meter. Painting works, steel, 821.84 square meter. Reflective insulation, 89.25 square meter. CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 100 mm, 6.55 square meter. CHB non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 150 mm, 162.81 kilogram. Structural steel trusses, 5,570.64 kilogram. Structural steel purlins, 4,274.76 kilograms. Metal structures accessories turnbuckle, 16 each. Metal structures accessories sagrats, 162.85 kilogram. Metal structures accessories cross bracing, 241.98 kilogram. Metal structure accessories steel plates, 1,001.86 kilogram. Metal structure accessories bolts, 67.43 kilogram. Part D, electrical. Conduits, boxes and fittings, conduits work, conduit rough-in, 1 lump sum. Wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. Panel board with main and branch breakers, 1 lump sum. Lighting fixtures and lamps, 1 lump sum. And that's all for this project.
Are there any questions concerning the said project? Okay, let's proceed.
Project number 24BK0020. Basic Infrastructure Program, BIP Access Roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings facilities. Construction of Pinaripad Sur Road, Barangay, Pinaripad Sur, Aglipay, Quirino. Location, Aglipay, Quirino. Station limit 005 538. Net length 1.0760 lane kilometers. Total project duration 58 calendar days. This is the location for Quarry, San Pedro Quarry. This is the start and this is the end of the project. Facilities for engineers. Provision of progress photographs 1.93 month. Other general requirements, project billboards and signboard 4. Occupational safety and health program 1 lump sum. Traffic management 1 lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization 1 lump sum. Earthwork, surplus common excavation 28 cubic meters. Structure excavation hard rock 20 cubic meters. 5 culverts and drain excavation common soil 42.34 cubic meters. Embankment from roadway structure excavation common soil 163 square meters. Subgrade preparation common material 3,825.18 square meter. Subbase and base course. Aggregate subbase course 356 cubic meters. Surface course. Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced 0.23 meters thick 14 days 2,690 square meter. Note, Portland cement type 1P. Drainage and slope protection structures Pipe culverts 610 mm diameter, class 4 RCPC, 3 linear meter. Pipe culverts 910 mm diameter, class 4 RCPC, 16 linear meter. Stone masonry, 63 cubic meters. That's it. That's the end of presentation. Next project number 24BK0021. Basic infrastructure program, access roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of Gundaway Road, Barangay Gundaway, Cabrroguis, Quirino. Location, Cabrroguis, Quirino. Station limit, 811.40. Net length, 0.6460 lane kilometers. Total project duration, 88 calendar days. And for the location of quarry, DBB quarry, this is the start of the project, end of the project. Facilities for engineers, provision of progress photographs, 2.93 per month. Project billboard, signboard, 4 each. Occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. Traffic management, 1 lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. Earthwork, removal of actual structures, obstruction, 1,220 mm diameter RCPC, 6 linear meter. Structure excavation common soil, 17.60 cubic meters. Embankment from roadway structure excavation common soil, 74 square meter. Embankment from barrow common soil, 56 square meter. Subgrade preparation common material, 1,736.18 square meter. Subbase and base course. Aggregate subbase course, 342 cubic meters. Surface course, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced, 0.23 meters thick, 14 days, 1,615 square meter. Note, use Portland cement type 1P. Bridge construction, reinforcing steel, grade 40, 2,745.22 kilograms. Structural concrete, 20.68 megapascal. Class A, 28 days, 23.16 cubic meter. Lean concrete, refer to item 901. Class B, 16.5 megapascal, 1.16 cubic meters. Drainage and slope protection structures. Stone masonry, 394 cubic meter. That's the end of presentation.
Any question? Okay, let's proceed.
Moving further, project number 2024BK0022. Basic infrastructure program, access roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings, facilities, construction of Ysmael Road, Barangay Ysmael, Maddela, Quirino. Location, Maddela, Quirino. Station limit, 526.00. Net length, 1.0520 lane kilometers. Total project duration, 58 calendar days. Location of quarry, San Pedro. This is the start of the project, and this is the end of the project. Facilities for engineers. Provision of progress photographs, 1.93 per month. Other general requirements. Project billboard, signboard, 4 each. Occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. Traffic management, 1 lump sum. Mobilization and demobilization, 1 lump sum. Earthwork, surplus common excavation, 1,306 cubic meters. Pipe culverts and drain excavation, common soil, 14.50 cubic meters. Embankment from roadway structures excavation, common soil, 34 cubic meters. Subgrade preparation, common material, 3,845.00 square meter. Subbase and base course. Aggregate subbase course, 348 cubic meters. Surface course, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced 0.23 meters thick, 14 days, 2,630 square meter. Note, use Portland cement type 1P. Drainage and slope protection structures, pipe culverts 910 mm diameter, class 4, RCPC, 8 linear meter, stone masonry, 87 cubic meters. That's the end of presentation. For the last one, 24 BK0023, Basic Infrastructure Program, access roads and or bridges from the national roads leading to major strategic public buildings facilities, construction of Zamora Road, Barangay Zamora, Cabrroguis, Quirino. Location, Cabrroguis, Quirino. Station limit, 486.00. Net length, 0.9720 lane kilometers. Total project duration, 58 calendar days. Location of quarry, DBB. This is the start of the project, and this is the end of the project. Facilities for engineer. Provision of progress photographs, 1.93 per month. Additional general requirements. Project billboard, signboard, 4 each. Other general requirements, occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. Traffic management, 1 lump sum. Mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. Earthwork, surplus common excavation, 129 cubic meters. Pipe culverts and drain excavation, common soil, 32.08 cubic meters. Embankment from roadway, structure excavation, common soil, 181 cubic meters. Subgrade preparation, common material, 3,552.66 square meter. Subbase and base course. Aggregate subbase course, 496 cubic meters. Surface course, Portland cement concrete pavement, unreinforced, 0.23 meters thick, 14 days, 2,430 square meter. Note, use Portland cement type 1P. Drainage and slope protection structures, pipe culverts, 610 mm diameter, class 4 RCPC, 5 linear meter. Pipe culverts, 910 mm diameter, class 4 RCPC, 16 linear meter. Stone masonry, 191 cubic meters. That's the end of presentation. Thank you.
Any question? Any ways forward?
For the information of everyone, for our next procurement activity will be tomorrow, opening of bid for 1 civil works and 2 RFQs. And on Friday, private conference for 2 civil works projects, 24 BK 0024 and 25 at 9 a.m. That's all, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. This quorum is now adjourned.